Yeah, it's been like 8 videos since I've done my last video, but I'm back, and I'm back with the final installment of the first season of Agenda videos. See me get this fourth ring like I'm Kobe, alright? I'm gonna make this video good. Now, I know you heard me say season, and that's because I want to make like a second part of it for like other agendas that are smaller, so like the Gorosei agenda, Holy Knights, Rev, all those other type of agendas. But for this one, we're for the Yonko agenda. So let's not waste any more time. Before I get into this video though, it'd be greatly appreciated if you guys like and subscribe, as I'm trying to reach 1k and I feel like it's a win-win for both of us. The more you guys like and subscribe, it gives me more incentive to obviously upload and create videos on your favorite stories. So yeah, it's a win-win for both of us. Anyway, I'm not going to keep you guys for too long. Let's get back into the video. Now to begin, I really got to explain who's inside the agenda. So I'm going to explain who's inside the agenda, who's associated with it. To start with the list, we have Roger, Rayleigh, Blackbeard, Luffy, Kaido, Shanks, Big Mom, Whitebeard, and Rocks to finish it off, since he does like to get thrown about a little bit. You could include people like Garp, but yeah, I don't think they want to go up inside the agenda.
Okay,
So you telling me Akainu is stronger than Yonko level?
if no,
Exactly. So he's not stronger than Prime.
I don't know if Prime Garp is Yonko level, bro. Might be. Whoa, chill.
What a
Hey,
capper!
That's
What a
dialogue.
capper,
That's
bro!
dialogue.
Chill, whoa, chill.
Bro, hold on.
Brains are fried, but hey, look, I'm not gonna get into that right now. But now we've gone over who's inside the Yonko agenda, we're gonna see why they're so well respected. Now, first we have the king of the kings, Goldie Roger himself, and I don't need to explain him. He's him. And then we have to obviously take into account his buddy, Whitebeard, the world's strongest man. Those two used to scrap all the time, meaning their status and their power is forever solidified.
But hey, hold on, wait! Didn't Roger laugh at all the atrocities that Emu?
Yo, nigga, could you shut the fuck? Up next is Kaido, and he's where we'll properly start to get into the agenda talk, since everyone before that, or obviously like people like Rayleigh, just aren't active. So yeah, we'll start off with Kaido from the current generation. Now, Wano is really where the Yonko agenda was probably the most discussed, since it was able to show holes in their game, but also the greatest strengths that they have. So it's a very 50-50 arc. I'd say more in favor of the Yonko agenda being good, but as I said, we do have a certain idiot on the Yonko side, so we're gonna have to take a look at her. Now, before I get onto Miss Big Blob, we're gonna go over the Red Rock from chapter 1000 to where Kaido was shocked, but he didn't really do much. So the chapters go by, the Yonkos are showing why they're Yonkos, Kaido's just taking all the attacks. You got Big Mom assisting, but her assistance didn't really add up to much when she's out there screaming over her commander's attack. And I think you guys already know how I feel about this woman.
Lin, you performed so bad that some Zoro fans genuinely think in their heart that he can beat you. Lin, I don't think you understand how badly you performed in Wano. For crying out loud, what was you thinking? I know it's older writing you, but I'm asking you, what were you thinking? I don't like doing this, but Lin, I gotta do it to you. As for 68-year-old Charlotte Lin, you are no longer a top tier. Yeah, Big Mom is now classified as a bum. A top tier bum, in fact.
Yo, Big Mom and Kaido are really the Kobe and Kwame. And we all know who Kwame was. As people know, anomalies do exist, and I do think that Big Mom was just an anomaly amongst her peers. I think even though she's an anomaly amongst her peers, I do believe that at her strongest, she can be one of the strongest people just ever exist, since her Devil Fruit power is insane. She has really good base durability, and couple that along with her Haki, she should be one of the strongest, but yeah, she had the other ideas in that Onigashima raid. Now, me personally, I'm someone that will never slander Kaido like that. Like, I know, okay, cool, I'll take shots here and there, but after really deep in it, Kaido shouldn't be getting slandered. He went down after doing the most. Yo, Kaido was really out here boxing everybody and was beating everybody until Luffy had to come in with a Mickey Mouse wee and beat him. I mean, look, I had to say how it is. And you know Kaido did well, because everybody's standard of like a top tier is Kaido. It's always, oh, is he faster than Kaido? Does he have more endurance and durability than Kaido? It's never, oh, does he have more endurance and durability than Big Mom? Come on, man. Like, we literally saw Shanks one-shot somebody she couldn't even, like, take down in multiple hits. Come on, like, bro. Even Blackbeard would have done better. Okay, I don't know if I got that far, but Blackbeard does have narrative on his side, and this is why I like to talk about. Narrative is such an important and key thing. Blackbeard can literally be like, oh, I don't want to fight anybody, but we're still going to put him in top 10 discussions, even top 5 discussions, because of who he is. Narratively, end of series, he's going to be that guy. So he could do what the hell he likes. Big Mom, on the other hand, you can't have a showing like that and expect me to take you seriously. I'm sorry. Every time I really deep her showcase, it's like, okay, cool. where's your battle IQ? Like, I know you're meant to be a top tier, so where's your battle IQ? Like, what? Obviously, due to Big Mom's baboonery, we have now had to take a step back, and people have tried to claim that the authenticity of the Yonko agenda is a bit, you know, so automatically people on the Yonko side have been like, no, hold on. But what about Marineford though? And as you can see on screen, their fallback argument is Marco versus Kizaru. Now, to anybody with a functioning brain, they'll know that Kizaru is definitely stronger, but to Yonko fans, yeah, nah, that's a different case. And mind you, it's not just only Marco. Whether it's King, Zoro, and obviously Marco himself, the list goes on. And don't get me started on the one Yonko versus two admirals. Like, even I had to start for a minute. That makes no sense. What do you mean one Yonko equals two? Yo. If you're in the community or you've just been paying a close attention to this video, I think you can obviously tell that it's not the Yonkos in the story themselves, aside from Big Mom, that are bad. It's the community itself that hypes them up way beyond where they're meant to be. The Yonko agenda is so solid. The worst they've had to take is Big Mom's baboonery and Luffy's breaks. And I'm actually gonna get into Luffy's breaks now. So it's been no surprise that Luffy loves taking food breaks between fights. I mean, even Cracker complains about it. But an Egghead, yo, he's moving like the Flash. Like, I'm not gonna explain that reference. If you don't get the reference, then you don't get the reference. But if you get the reference, then good on you. But with Luffy's breaks, people have been taking this as a way to shoot at the Yonko agenda. And this is where Kizaru versus Luffy comes in. And I just have to say, this has to be the worst. The worst. And I mean the worst. I'm saying this for the 3P. The worst. No, the 4P now. The worst top tier fight we've ever had. Yo, this Mickey Mouse fight had me sleep. It had everybody sleep. But ultimately, the fight ended and it was Luffy giving Kizaru the star gun punch. And that put Kizaru down in quotation marks, and Luffy was obviously out of stamina. This fight didn't do either side any justice, but in my opinion, it kind of just dampened down Luffy since he didn't use ACOC not once. And we all know who didn't use ACOC, and I'm sorry, I don't want to compare him to her, but yo, you be acting like a baboon like her. And this is where the back and forth start to get a little bit crazy, because people are saying, yo, Luffy can lose to certain people, but obviously those people on the other side are saying, nah, Luffy will be able to beat them and take down the other admirals and other people with him as well. Now, Luffy isn't the only Yonko with special protection. I would say he has even worse protection than somebody else. And I think you guys know who I'm talking about. And that's Mr. Redhead Wonder, Mr. Shanks. Now, Shanks is obviously has like a massive thing going on with Mihawk, where people think that Mihawk is stronger than Shanks, which he is. But we're not going to get into that now. For instance, Yonko fans will swear up and down that Mihawk's title isn't real. And I know you're going to be like, oh, well, they're just Shanks fans. But almost every Yonko stan is a Shanks fan / Luffy fan, so it's not really that big of a thing. Plus, there are a few people that are obviously Mihawk fans that are Yonko fans, but they're more on the Zoro side, so I class them more as like Zoro fans. Now, the more Luffy and Shanks heavy Yonko fans will automatically drop Mihawk down to commander level. And I'm telling you, those chapters where Mihawk was sweating because Buggy was saying all this extra stuff, that didn't help him any better. Like, especially that crocodile comment too. That crocodile comment, hey, Mihawk, they're on your back for that. And I think we all know why Mihawk gets dragged down to commander level. Mr. II had to come in and, you know, do his thing. I think the main problem with the Yonko agenda isn't the characters themselves, it's just the fans. Like, the fans can't stomach other characters being top tiers. Like, I remember when the fans first found out about the Gorosei and were like, oh yeah, they're stronger than the admirals. Then when the Gorosei started putting up ACOC attacks that looked very similar to Shanks's, they were like, no, they're not Yonko level though. They're weaker than Yonkos, and they started dropping them down to like admiral tier. Well, in their eyes, admiral tier is like commander level, so that's what they'll put them. But no, they can't physically stomach another character or characters being on their tier. They believe that the Shankses, the Rogers, the Whitebeards, the Luffys, the end of the series, well, Luffy at the end of the series will be up on that pedestal alone. But everybody else like Roger, Whitebeard, and all of them that can be reached, they believe that they will always be up there, and no other tier of character or no other like body of character will be up there. But now, as I've said multiple times though, inside the story, the Yonko agenda is practically untouchable. There hasn't really been that big of an L, aside from Big Mom, but she's an anomaly. And Luffy's breaks aren't even that big of a deal right now, at least. I mean, it's a little tap you can say here and there, but I mean, if you're a realistic fan, you should be like, okay, cool, but like, give him an arc and he's gonna wipe out everybody. Like, let's relax. At this point in the story, the other Yonkos are fated to clash, so we're gonna see some L's get thrown about here and there. Say that, but the only ones that are fated to clash are the other Yonko, meaning Blackbeard and Shanks, so it's not really gonna be an L for anything. Yeah, I can't lie, the Yonko agenda is basically the most tight if we're being real. Hey, you didn't hear that from me, you know, from someone else. I'm out. Thanks for the support on the Sanji agenda video. Like, that reaching 10k means a lot. And yeah, I'll be back with a season 2 of this. I'll see you guys in the next one.